the stormy landscape of modern American politics, few figures loomed larger and more controversially than Charlie Kirk. He was a college dropout turned conservative powerhouse, a provocateur who reshaped campus activism and drew the ire and adoration of millions. But on September 10th, 2025, everything changed. This is the story of Charlie Kirk, his meteoric rise, the controversies that followed, and the tragic end.
I have a message just for you. You don't have to stay poor. You don't have to accept being worse off than your parents. You don't have to feel aimless and unhappy.
What's the one thing the rich, the wealthy, and the successful have in common more than anything else? It's not their intelligence. It's not. It's not even that they all went to college. It's not.
Charlie Kirk was born in 1993 in Chicago suburbs. He attended Wheeling High School, showing early interest in debate, history, and conservative ideas. He volunteered for political campaigns in his teens and began publishing his views in conservative outlets. By 2012, around age 18, he launched Turning Point USA, aiming to promote free market ideas on college campuses. He never completed college himself, but he set out to change the culture on those very campuses.
I think the Montana State Wildlife Service will take care of their glacier parks a lot better than Washington, D.C. ever could. Absolutely. I think states' rights matter, and I think Washington, D.C. is full of corruption, bureaucrats, waste, inefficiency. And look, I think states created the federal government did not create the states. And the beauty of individual liberty is if you decentralize the federal government, you can restore freedom back to the people, not have government rule our lives every day.
Turning Point USA started modestly a group of young organizers, tabling on campuses, hosting debates, filming viral videos. But the movement caught fire through social media, charismatic leadership, and donor support. Turning Point USA expanded to hundreds and then over 1,000 chapters by mid-2010s. Kirk's messaging was direct. Young people are being told not to believe in conservative ideas. Let's take them back. He blended activism, media presence, and a flair of controversy to grow influence rapidly.
Thanks to our work, I talk to a lot of young people on campuses, at our events, on my radio show, podcast, and social media. Said differently, I visit college campuses so you don't have to.
As TPUSA matured, Kirk became more than an organizer. He became a personality. He appeared on Fox News, hosted The Charlie Kirk Show, and engaged in national debates about free speech, identity, and culture. When Donald Trump's 2016 campaign reshaped US politics, Kirk aligned TPUSA with Trump's populism. The movement became part of the wider America First conservative resurgence. By 2020, Kirk was speaking at national conventions, gaining direct lines to top political actors. His influence peaked, but so did the scrutiny.
Speaking to you in my personal capacity tonight as a 26-year-old, I see the angst of young people as well as the challenges facing new parents. I am here tonight to tell you, to warn you, that this election is a decision between preserving America as we know it and eliminating everything that we love.
Behind the facade of momentum, faults began to appear. Former TPUSA members and watchdogs accused the organization of prioritizing fundraising, media dominance, and loyalty to Kirk's personality over genuine grassroots empowerment. TPUSA's campus tactics, such as filming professors, confrontational engagements, labeling critics, drew criticism for stifling dialogues rather than fostering it. Kirk's public statements on race, gender, and COVID sometimes drew rebuke even from conservative allies. The more prominent he became, the sharper the backlash. By the early 2020s, new voices and movements challenged the old guard. Some argued Kirk's style was performative, divisive, and no longer suited to evolving political landscapes.
On September 10, 2025, Charlie Kirk was speaking outdoors at Utah Valley University in Orem, addressing a crowd of roughly 3,000 people. At approximately 12:23 p.m. MDT time, a single bullet struck Kirk in the neck. He was taken to the hospital and later pronounced dead. Authorities quickly treated the attack as a political assassination. Over the next 30 hours, law enforcement mounted a manhunt. A bolt-action rifle, believed to be the weapon, was recovered. On September 12th, the suspect was arrested. Tyler Robinson, age 22. Investigators say Tyler Robinson fired from a rooftop perched overlooking the venue. He allegedly left the scene and later turned himself in. Prosecutors revealed that Robinson texted his roommate to look under my keyboard, where a note was found reading, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and I'm going to take it." In the text messages, Robinson allegedly confessed, I am sorry, explaining his motives as "I have had enough of his hatred." The case raised more questions: motives, possible ideological influences, mental health, and whether others knew of or aided the plot.
On September 16, prosecutors formally charged Robinson with 7 offenses, including aggravated murder, firearm discharge, obstruction of justice, and witness tampering. They also announced their intent to seek the death penalty, citing aggravating factors, targeting political speech, and doing so in the presence of children. In Utah, capital punishment is still permitted, but a jury must be unanimous in sentencing. In the days following his death, reactions poured in. The US House passed a bipartisan resolution honoring Kirk and condemning political violence. President Trump condemned the killing, blaming political opponents for rising hatred. Some leading voices decried growing polarization, warning of a spiral of retaliation. Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, publicly forgave the accused by saying, "That man, that young man, I forgive him. I do not want that man's blood on my ledger." But the legal saga is just beginning. As prosecutors prepare, many questions remain unresolved: motive, ideology, and the broader implications for America's political discourse.
Charlie Kirk's life was a turbulent arc, from outsider activism to national influence, from fervent mobilization to violent silence. His assassination forced the nation to confront the fragility of political discourse, the risks of extremism, and the cost of polarization. His rise and fall are not just about an individual, they reflect deeper crosscurrents in American society: youth politics, media power, ideology, and the tripping point between persuasion and violence.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the life, influence, and tragic end of Charlie Kirk. And if you haven't seen it yet, be sure to check out our previous documentary on Elizabeth I, a powerful look at how one monarch reshaped an entire empire. You can find the link right here on the screen or in the description below. Thank you.